Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included, our Let's Play series, episode 81. Let's get right down to it. We're still just waiting for a lot of our stuff to complete, ultimately. That's really all that's going on. We have a lot of build orders queued, and we're just waiting for them to finish up. This is going to be our rocket location, as I've mentioned many times before. And I don't really want to quite start working on our steam operation. Wouldn't be bad, but it's also just not super important until we get the rest of this done. Let's go ahead and work on it a little bit, though. Alright, so we want to generate steam, and we want to generate it at a level where we can just feed it straight into our rocket engine down here. So we are going to want to grab some more ceramic. I think we're just going to set it up right on this level right here. This is going to be where we have our oxygen / steam setup. And I think we're going to have the steam set up down here and the oxygen set up here. It'll mean some kind of awkward piping, but I'm willing to live with that. While we're on things, cultivatable soil, how much clay do we have? We have a lot of clay. Okay. So I think one of the next things we want to do is we would just want to expand our ceramic production by a ton. Like a lot. And having it done in one of these nice, chilly, cold areas seems like a smart plan. This is all a little bit hot because we have our oxygen coming out from here. That's fine. So yeah. We have this overflow area, Still kind of partial to just having it out here, but that's a little bit out of the way. We'd rather have it set up somewhere like over here would be fine. And just set up a lot of kilns and rely on this sort of cold water to absorb a lot of the heat. I think that's the plan. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. Set up, granite's fine. Let's go ahead and set up a bunch of kilns. And I kind of want to just set them up on this level. Which means deconstructing these. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and dig across. So let's do this. Go ahead and come across right here. And set up a ton of kilns. And I think we can repurpose our coolant loop if we really care to. Or we can just have a coolant loop come down from here to keep this area nice and chilly. Do we want to do that? I could buy that. So let's go ahead and have a loop. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's have a loop. We will plumbing, liquid bridge. We'll make all of this out of, I suppose granite is fine. Do you want this to take priority over the other coolant is a good question. I think the answer is not quite. Do we want it to take priority? Not really. So let's just do this. Like so. Liquid pipe. Make this again out of granite. We are just going to loop down around here. And then we are going to come back up. And ultimately deposit back into here. Liquid bridge. Like so. Liquid pipe. Granite. Connect it up. And this will help keep this area cool. And also warm up our coolant a little bit. Oh, we also need to connect this up. That's fine. Alright, perfect. And then we're going to set up all of our kilns basically right up here, is the plan. We're going to go through these ladders and just deconstruct them all as these tiles get built. And set up a big old thing of kilns and use those to produce all the ceramic that we're going to need for our system. Let's go ahead and disable this building. And let's go ahead and crank the priority back up on these. Oh, I just need... Again, there's no copy settings for these. Like so. We have tons of clay at this point because we've been filtering a lot of sand and regolith into clay so that we could use it to make ceramic. Oh my goodness. Nails. You are not the primary candidate for this mission. I appreciate your gusto, your go-get-em attitude, but oh man, that is bad. You are slow as sin. Okay. Let's continue on. These need to be repaired because of the way we kind of screwed up a little bit earlier. That's fine. The other big project we could be working on is setting up Dreco ranching. Awaiting filtration medium. Sure. All this can be a higher priority, actually. And they are blazing along. Look at them. Compare that to how slow Nails was moving. Deconstruct. 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 And so on. Have we connected up our natural gas systems yet? We have. So this just needs to be higher priority then. Start pumping this out. Looks good. We're going to fill back up all these reservoirs. Not that we really need them, but eventually we'll put like molecular forges down here as opposed to glass forges. And then we'll want these back again. Not really sure that's the best location to put a molecular forge though, now that I say that out loud. These are all going to get cleaned. Perfect. Okay. It really is just a matter of waiting around for a lot of stuff to finish. These are pretty big projects that we're tackling. Bit by bit, building it all out. New dupes. Nope. Again, only looking for people with diver's lungs. Base, tile, granite. Deconstruct this. Base, tile, granite. Build out across here. And let's go ahead and start setting up some kilns. We'll make these all out of gold because we can. And I just want to crank out all this clay into ceramic because I'm going to need a lot of insulation for all the stuff I'm working on. I'm going to need insulated pipes. Probably going to need maybe double insulation on some things. Deconstruct more ladders. Deconstruct ladder. Deconstruct ladder. Tile, granite. Build this out. Set the priority of all these to a 6. Alright, so now we should have coolant pumping through here. And we're not taking priority from this line, so we still will, when this needs to, pump out coolant there. But we will start basically reaching a thermal equilibrium with these places here. Right? The other thing to work on actually is we want to build out across here. Granite's fine. And let's go ahead and deconstruct these tiles. And deconstruct this ladder. Alright. How are we doing? This is doing fine. Filling these up with natural gas. Ceramic! I hate putting things on forever. Simply because if I forget them, I don't want them to turn into just a problem where I don't know what is happening. So even though I am probably going to be paying pretty close attention to all this stuff, I'm still just putting it at 99. We can just copy settings though across here. Did not realize this had a copy settings button. That's convenient. Alright, coal and clay being delivered. That's perfect. This one they decided not to build for some reason. It's kind of strange like that. Probably because we had all this stuff. Also, I didn't put this at a 6. That's also a good reason. Copy settings. Get all these up and running. This will start heating up this area, but that's fine. There's a big heat sink with this water over here. This area, we're fine with it getting heated. Nothing in here really, I think, is at risk of overheating in a big way. So we're good. And let's just start getting as much of that built as possible. How are we doing up here? Still waiting. Gotta build out more stuff. We've practically pumped out all of this. I'm going to start thinking about setting up an airlock. That way they can walk into here, no problem, without disrupting things. Also probably just want to move this a little bit. No rush. Building entombment. Interesting. Let's set this to be a 9. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Nails. Okay, you know what? I have a really simple solution to this. Nails, you're not allowed out here. It is just too painful to watch. No more of that, Nails. I know you're enthusiastic to get some work done, but... wow. Wow. Okay. Silo's starting to come along. We can dig out these. Job mastery. Meep. Done as a rancher. Perfect. Let's go ahead and have you work as exosuit engineer now. Get that tackled. Do we have these kilns running? No. I am tempted to increase the priority. But I also want other things to get done as well. So let's finish up this. And maybe we want to turn these back on, just so we can run this a little bit. I think that's what we're going to do. We are going to disable this building. We are going to enable these buildings. That's going to power our plastics operation back up. And we are going to go ahead and deconstruct over here. This is all polluted oxygen, but no germs. Alright. Deconstruct this. And after that we can fit in another... Where do we want to set up the power here? I'd kind of like to automate this a little bit more. Set these back down to a 5. I have other kilns they could be working on. Yeah, get out of here. Tile, some granite, just toss it down right here. Now we are going to go ahead and fill up pretty much this entire area here with liquid reservoirs. Iron's fine. The question is whether or not we want to move this manual generator. I think for now we're alright. Liquid reservoir, iron ore. Fill this up, please. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and hook these up with liquid pipe. Igneous rock is fine. Just all across here. I want to get all this coolant out of here, and I want to start moving it into here, is the goal. We have our little coolant loop here. It's going to try and keep things cold. Doesn't have to be much, because we don't care about the heat too much, but rather not have it just completely run amok. I don't want dupes getting scalded. I think that ought to be enough. Just that simple coolant loop right there ought to be enough to prevent scalding. Alright, how's this coming along? Oxygen's fine. Temperature's still a little bit warm in this area, because we stored some hot stuff down here, and also we have this 40-degree water coming in over here. We can live with that, though. We don't have much of it coming in, because we're not running pretty much anything through here right now. This is emptying out. That's basically it. It's also limited by us having liquid pipe below this level here, which is, of course, by design. And yeah, just still waiting on stuff to get built. So we're going to get all of the petroleum out of here, and then we are going to lay down the pipe differently, essentially. Produce this all into plastic, and then set up these just a little differently. That way we can bring a pipe across here more easily. I think that is the plan. How are we doing up back in space? This is fine. Go ahead and sweep this out. Sweep this. Sweep any of the stuff that we see. Looking good. Okay. These are... This one's heating up a little bit. We have a little bit of flow going through here. Not much, but just a small amount. We could also just set up our coolant loop a little bit differently. Focus more on efficiency, now that we're less concerned about delivering stuff up to here. I think we're good, though. What jobs have we mastered? Bert is done as senior architect. That's great. Man, we have you almost done with everything. We could improve your operating. Let's do minor. You were not the only one done with jobs, though, right? Ruby is done as an exosuit engineer. Ruby, how about you go ahead and... Let's have you apprentice miner. Space scanner is entombed again. Priority 9 that. Basically, we need to extend the bunker tile up a little bit here. In fact, while we're at it. And set these to be priority 7. Next time there's a meteor shower, they'll come up here and they'll build a little bit. How's temperature here? Getting hotter. That's good. We want to be pumping out 40-degree water ultimately. Right now we're kind of generating a little bit of heat the way we're doing things. This is all nice and temperate still, which is fine. Okay. Still waiting on this stuff to get built. This is all fine. We want this drywall done as well. New dupes. Diver's lungs. Perfect. Ellie, welcome to the team. Jobs for Ellie. Let's have you start off as a research assistant. We have space right here for her. Alright, perfect. Let's also, while we're at it, since we made this mistake with nails, Ellie, you're on a custom don't go outside plan. I don't want you messing around with exosuits. Okay. I think I'm going to cap the episode here. When we come back, we'll watch more paint dry, honestly. This is, we're just taking our time here. We gotta wait for this stuff to finish building. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.